she had a management and consulting business for over 20 years. Now, in 2007, she said she had her best year. It was a great year. And so she decided to move to Orcas Island and then commute. And if you remember, in 2008, the economy kind of tanked. And she said she can almost mark the day when the economy tanked, because then so did her job. And even though she's doing all the things she needs to do with the networking and the website and all the stuff, nothing seemed to be happening. So she wasn't worried, because she thought, well, you know, I've gone through lean years before and it's been fine, except one lean year turned into 2 lean years, turned into, you get the story, because we know what the economy is doing right now, right? And she said that at the beginning of 2010, because her dream had been to live on this island, and why would you have this incredible dream and then all this stuff happens? And yet at the beginning of 2010, she realized that perhaps she needed to let go of living on the island and come back here. And then a friend of hers said, well, you know, would you consider a job with, you know, a company? And of course, this is how we're chained to the peg sometimes. She said that she felt like she hadn't even considered a job, because I'd been on my own for 23 years by this time, and I figured I was too old, too out of date, too independent, and no one would want to hire me. The limiting beliefs, yeah? That we get chained to, that don't even allow us sometimes to reach out and to dream, because you get to dream. So she said by the start of 2010, she had her first thought of real change. What if she didn't stay on the island? And I was affirming that I work with people that I love, doing work that I love, in organizations that I love. But once the idea of a job started to come up, she changed it to, I want a job with people I love, doing work I love, and in an organization I love. She networked, she did her stuff, and she now has a job. And so I want to share with you, because she wanted to be with people she loved, and she wanted to be in a job that she loved, that had a good mission. And she said, I already knew my future colleagues and I loved them, because she'd already been working with them as a consultant. The organization's mission is to eradicate cancer and other diseases that cause human suffering. How could I not love that? The work was ideal for me, but it didn't happen overnight. It took 3 months and a lot of prayer, then a full day of interviews with not 1, not 2, but 7 people. So thank you, Louise, for sharing your story. Louise Carnahan. So when we go back to the Buddhist, Hindu New Thought teaching, sow a thought, reap an act. So the thought was, maybe I need to leave the island. The thought was, maybe I don't have to have my own business. Maybe I can work for someone else. And then taking an action to pursue that. And then the action, already you had the habits in place for networking and doing those things. And then the character and the destiny come from that. So where do you feel that you're stuck right now? And where are the patterns that are holding you in? Just shake it up a little bit and have fun. And these are the kinds of gifts, these are the kinds of miracles, these are the kind of you get to that are showing up in our lives in different ways. These are the helpers, if you will, that are showing up. Thich Nhat Hanh said that it's possible that the next Buddha will not take the form of an individual. The next Buddha may take the form of a community practicing understanding and loving kindness, a community practicing mindful living. This may be the most important thing that we can do for the survival of the earth. True, huh? Charles Fillmore said it in a different way. He said, the second coming is not going to be Jesus coming in on a cloud in a chariot. It's going to be the awakening of the hearts of all humanity. That's the next step in our awakening. And it's what we're trying to create here, and it is what we are creating here at Seattle Unity, is a community of loving kindness and mindful living. So every time you come here to pray, every time you come here to worship, you add to that energy. So I invite you to break the chains of limiting thought that are holding you. It's a thought away. You have the power to make your dreams come true. You get to do it. You get to dance for yourself because no one else can dance for you and no one else can make your dreams come true. Tell me, what will you do with your one wild and precious life? Dream it. Live it. Amen.